at Serenity Fitness. In light of the cards class coming up, I've got 2 of them, I think, on the schedule. The first one is coming up next weekend, maybe February 4th. In light of that class, I decided to record some universal messages, lay them out for you guys. It's what I do here in the studio when you come in and ask for a card reading. It's the only one that I do here for you guys. But I'm going to lay some cards out and see if this attaches to you. See if this rings a bell, maybe strikes a chord. What I practice here is it's called a Celtic cross, 10 cards that I will lay down. If you come to my class, you get a workbook. Each one of these workbooks shows you layouts that you can practice, tells you what they mean, what card goes in what spot, and what it's for. I like to use cards for maybe freeing up something, especially if I'm ruminating, if I am stuck, if I'm stressed, if I've got a really important decision to make that I just can't decide, or maybe I don't want to decide. Sometimes we have tough decisions. Or I need to journal, and let's say I really don't know what to journal about. Cards are the best. So let's say you lay out a spread and you just let it tell you. It's really, you're tapping into your subconscious. You're tapping into your personal insight, letting it tell you what you need to focus on in that moment. And this is why I call it a universal message, because it's really what you need to focus on at that time. You could get the same exact reading that I do, but I may take it differently. I may attach that matter at hand card to something completely different, and the story will play out in very impactful ways for both of us, but in completely different stories. That's one thing I love about the cards. So I'm going to go ahead and just lay this, and let me shuffle. So here's the fun part. Well, it's not fun because I have little bitty hands. So if I use the small cards, I get to shuffle normally. It's pretty fun. If I use the big cards, then cards typically will jump out of my hand. And what I like to say is, when I'm shuffling, it's one of those things where I kind of get this knowing, and I kind of get just this hint of when to stop. But if, let's say when I'm shuffling and I'm tossing these cards around and something falls out, that's usually what I say is like love notes from your loved ones. It's kind of like, hey, this message may have been a little tough, right? Because this is something you really need to work on and focus. But I'm here with you. You've got this. Attaboy, I love you. Stuff like that is usually what comes out in these cards that fly out of my hand. And really, it's almost like they, boom, and they really fly out. They fall down. If something ever falls out of my hand while I am shuffling, you leave it. And I tuck it off to the side. I'll leave it where it lands on the floor. And I don't grab it again until the reading is over. So let's see if, oh, that one tried to fall out. Let's see if we can get this shuffled into a spot. Who am I reading for? Maybe I'll read for me. Maybe I will send it out in a blanket. Let's read for the greatest good of our population. Maybe I know exactly who's tuning in and watching these videos. I don't. But I hope everybody does. Let's see. There we go. Sometimes the shuffling process can take a while. It's a little frustrating. Also, when you're reading cards, if you come in here to learn with me on February 4th, you sign up for this class, I'll explain to you, there's a point, and I'm going to stop here because the cards told me to stop, but let's say you're shuffling over and over and over, and you just don't get the feeling like it's time, you're done. And that takes practice as well, is tuning in with your cues and your signals. But let's say you just don't feel like it's time. Well, that's when I know it's time to grab another deck. It's not the right one. Okay, so I'll just grab another set of cards. I usually have several around the room, around the, especially the Serenity room in the back. There's several. And I'll just grab another deck and start shuffling again. I'll have you say your full name and your birthday. And that way I know that I'm attached into your energy, and hopefully we'll have a better reading. I do like to use crystals when I read. These guys I love so much. I have the crystal clear quartz here. I've got this massive piece that helps magnify and charge. Let's see, I have this chevron amethyst tower. It helps boost, helps me with my intuition, maybe helps me tap into stopping the cards. And also this piece of labradorite, one of my favorites, helps me tap into my guides. Let's get started. So what I like to do, I love the reveal. So we've got a matter at hand, what's crossing you. Well, let's go above and below. These two cards here, these are pretty subjective. Here lately, this top card, this is the known. This is something you're probably focusing on all the time, or something that you know you need to do. This is the known. This is a subjective, the unknown. This is the, what's motivating you, driving the train, or something that you should switch your focus to, but something that you're not quite aware of in order to break through what's crossing this problem. And then recent past. This is person, place, event, something that is leading up to this event. Near future, same thing. Person, place, event. Now, this is who you are in relation to this story. This is your environment, your surroundings. This is your, maybe your support system, what you're surrounded by when it comes to breaking through this story. These are your hopes and dreams. And this is the potential outcome if all of this gets worked through. Put these guys down. Let's see what it says. And I love the reveal. I think I've already said that. So I always put them face down and then I'll turn them up. In this format, I've got them facing me. So what I'm gonna do is just turn them over. I'm gonna read them to you and I'll place them back down. The matter at hand here is enjoyment. It says, striving and pushing makes life into endless hard work. The more you're inviting love to take over, the more enjoyment comes. Allow me to enjoy this life, dear Lord. Okay? So when this comes in that matter of at hand space, and matter at hand, yeah. Somebody needs to enjoy life a little more. Somebody needs to lighten up. Somebody needs to stop focusing so much on the negative that they see and just be grateful for how amazing this world is, how amazing this life is. It just takes to look around. Now let's see what's getting in the way, what's crossing you, what is causing problems, what is keeping you from enjoying this life, keeping you from taking a break from that endless work, that endless struggle. So because I only use positive cards, I only use cards with a positive message, this crossing card, whatever is here, whichever deck that I use, you have to almost see the shadow side of that card. You have to figure out kind of what the negative side of that card would be, or just the opposite side of that card. I don't like even using the word negative. But I get the card courage. I know exactly what that means. Fear. So the opposite of courage is what? Fear. What are you afraid of? There's something that you are afraid of that is keeping you from slowing down, that is keeping you from enjoying life. Let's see. Divine courage is not the absence of fear, but a nudge that says, keep going, do it, don't worry. All will be well. You have to get quiet enough to hear it. Dear Divine, may I feel your courage and your will. Okay, now let's see how the rest of the story unfolds. We know what's at hand. This is the subjective known. The all present, one of the most important things that we need to learn to do, we have to strive for, and I think this is a very obvious thing that we have to do. Forgive. Forgiveness. Who are we forgiving? Are we working on that forgiveness for ourselves, forgiveness for our past, forgiveness for of others, family members? I don't know. Healing comes from acceptance. Help me, dear Lord, to fully accept what is, knowing that this alone will open me to the new. I like that. This is something that I think we all know, we all work on. This is the unknown, possibly. This is the one that we need to switch focus to. We all definitely need to work on the forgiveness piece. But here is something that I think we need to work a little more with. Interesting. Service. Someone, maybe a few people, need to change their focus. We're not talking about dropping everything and giving your entire life over, right? Now, there's so many small things that could be an act of service. You stop using the universe. You try to get what you want and start asking love to use you. You offer all and want to be of service. Ironically, many desires become fulfilled without grasping or manipulation. So when you start giving of yourself freely, not because, oh, I need to volunteer today, I need to do this today, I need to do this because if I do this, I will be happy. If I do this, I will knock off my volunteer hours. Do it because you love people, because you love you, because of the simple enjoyment. Right here, it's the matter at hand. Do it because of the simple enjoyment of helping the human race, right? Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid that you'll be judged for helping other people. Now, recent past. Let's see what happens. A relationship. This could be, now we're talking about near past, recent past. So recently, there was a relationship that formed. All of these cards have to tie right into this matter at hand card. They have to attach. So coming into this matter at hand and breaking through, there was a relationship that was formed. Maybe love, maybe platonic, maybe the act of service relationship. Maybe somebody has introduced you to the church. Maybe someone has introduced you to my studio. Something. Some type of relationship has formed. I call in the intimate power of love to take over this union in every way. May it now fully belong to the divine. Let it unfold in the perfect way for each of us. I needn't fear letting go of control. My needs are always abundantly met. I like that. Near future, same thing. You're working through this space. This is how it's going to unfold. Confidence. I like that. Divine confidence is completely different from the bravado of the ego. Yeah. You make space for something larger to take hold. Please fill me with your confidence. Oh, love, grant me courage I never knew I had. Yeah. Now, this is who you are. This is the personal card that attaches to you, describes you. Maybe you at your core. Maybe this is your attitude towards the matter at hand. Maybe this is how you see yourself. I don't know. Self-acceptance. I like it. It's very fitting. Nothing is more exhausting than endlessly working on yourself. When you offer your whole being fully to love, self-acceptance arises spontaneously. May I rest in our oneness, dear divine. And it's got a butterfly on it. If you know me, you'll know I love butterflies. This may be mine. I love it. I like it. And this is your surroundings. This is your support system. Yes. Truth. Honesty. When everything is done as an offering, even the act of speaking, you get shown when to talk and when to be silent. Your words come from silence, not fear. You do the talking, take me over, and speak through me. Yeah. Be the vessel of truth. Hopes and dreams. Okay? This is what you want. Challenges. Somebody wants a challenge. Look at this me. Unbearable situations throw you directly into God's arms if you are open. Please take over and guide the right actions. Please take this burden and show me your will. Maybe this card insinuates that your challenges and your burdens are going to be lifted. And that's your hopes and dreams, right? That's what you want. I love it. This is the potential outcome. And I always have to cheat on this last card because I love looking at it and peeking, and it's always the best. Potential outcome? All of this. Let's say we work through that fear and learn how to slow down and enjoy life. We're forgiving the sins of our past and the people, ourselves, and we offer service to others, humankind, our community, our family. we honor the relationships that have been created that point toward this new life that we can have of confidence, right? And self-acceptance, where we tell the truth to ourselves. We tell ourselves the truth, not just other people, because it's really what we tell ourselves that matters the most, right? Potential outcome, you've got clarity. How many of us want that? How many of us want to see clearly and to know what's going to happen? What does this all mean, right? Let me trust. Truth, trust, right? Let me trust my deepest instincts in all ways, especially when matters are unclear. May my own holy intuition always guide the way. Talking about trusting your intuition, coming into your power. I love it. I like it. I like it. And I think that is good for this first reading. And I'm going to be recording a few more, hopefully down the road, coming up to our first or our next oracle card reading class, where you will learn how to do similar readings this way. Bring a friend, because you're going to be practicing with other people. You're going to learn how to do some different layouts for yourself. Okay, and I guess I will see you another time. Goodbye.